I saw a TikTok comment yesterday that said, you can, or you never realize it in the moment. And I feel like that is the problem. I feel like that is what, makes living every day such a daunting task for some people because they don't go at it with the mindset of this could be the day, or this could be, you know, this day could be something grandiose for me. This day could be something that's, worth living. This day could be something that's even just, such a huge thing. Every day is huge, and I feel like not a lot of people adopt that mindset. They think the day has to have some type of grand title for it to be memorable, or for it to be, just worth living. It's really the little things that matter. It's really the little things that we look at some days and be like, oh wow, those are the days. But the days are right in front of us, so why don't we use them accordingly? The days are right here. As long as we're in the moment, I feel like there's nothing we need to fear. As long as we're in the moment, I feel like we can gain everything. As long as we're in the moment, I feel like that is where life begins. All right within the present moment. And there's something so haunting about, how the most beautiful part of our lives passed by unannounced, or they don't even come unannounced. There's no trumpet, no captions. They're just willing to be right in front of you. It's saying this right here, this will matter someday. Those days from the 8th grade where, you're just having friends, you're just having fun, not realizing that those days will be so fond to you. Those days will be something so true to you. And you'll look back on those days and get so emotional, like, what made those days so special is because you were inside of the moment. You weren't expecting anything else. You weren't looking onto something else. You were just there, experiencing, living, being. There's nothing holding you back from expecting. There wasn't as much hindrances to your attention span as to being in the moment as we have now. There wasn't as much things that took away from the moment. You know why? Because you were so focused. You were so focused. These moments, they don't dress up as if they're going to the Met Gala. They show up in an 8 a.m. morning class. They show up as, the ordinary. They show up dressed as in sweatpants and a sweatshirt or whatnot. And they don't scream. They whisper to you saying, hey, I'm here now. And it's up to you to look at that moment and say, oh, I acknowledge you, or it's just ordinary. But when that moment is gone, that is when you realize that, hey, I really enjoyed that. I really, really loved that moment, and I wish I can get it back again. We don't need to wish for something back if we have it every day, and that's what being in the moment does for you. It allows you to be not expectant but excited about a new day, or even the day that you're in, And I think that is the strangest trick that time plays on us. It never lets you know that gold is gold, that diamond is diamond when you have it. It gives you light without letting you know that, hey, this is going to be that light when you're in the darkness. This is going to speak to you when you can't understand. This is going to, illuminate so many things that you once wanted. But it's not going to tell you that in a moment. And so often we miss it. We chase those high points. We yearn for those memories every single day. The perfect photos, the memorable laughs with the friend groups, the milestones. But the soul doesn't mark those points the way the world does. And I see this a lot in our day and age, where we expect every day to feel like a movie scene. And I see this comparison a lot when I go to watch a movie, or I go to watch something I seen off of TikTok. Like I seen a TikTok about a movie. I go watch the movie, and I'm like, oh, why isn't it jumping at me? Why isn't it, the edit jumped at me? So why isn't the whole movie jumping at me? It's because the edit only took out things that, or the editor only took out things that meant something to them, not necessarily the crowd. And I feel like that's where we lose it. That is where we lose our definition of of Blockbuster. Because we're waiting on other people to define it for us. We're waiting on other people to, say, oh, this is a blockbuster, so we can feel worthy of what's blockbuster to us. No, that's never how it should be. That's never how it should be. We shouldn't expect other people to make our definitions for us. We shouldn't expect some kind of narrator to echo, this is the moment we all chased. No, this has to be the moment only you can chase. You don't have to follow the crowd. I made a point in that in my last video. You'll never get crowned doing so. You'll never get crowned doing so. Life is very subtle. Life doesn't just jump at you. Life can crawl towards you. Life can, just pass by you, say, hey, I'm right here, and then it'll go away for the next 3 weeks. Life is something that once you grab a hold of, you can never let it go. Once you have people in your ear telling you, oh, that's not what life is, who are they to tell you what life is and what life isn't? That's not their life that they're living. This is your life that you're living. You shouldn't be subjected to everybody's opinion on what life is, because everybody's life is different, And I've started to ask myself the question of what would change if I walked through life like every moment could be the one that I later wish I had noticed. What could my life be like if I looked at every moment and be like, this is the one? What if I trusted in right now? What if I just, even in life's confusion, even in its chaos, it's saying something holy to me, it's saying something memorable, it's saying that, hey man, you'll never have it as easy as where you are right now. And I noticed that when I'm thinking back to, memories about sports, memories about, just sometimes high school or even elementary, middle school, my previous friend groups that I've had, and just those moments of just pure bliss and solace. I've begun to just think, wow, I thought my life was terrible in that moment. But I would give anything back to have that joy. I'd give anything back to have those moments with those people, to have those moments, that laughter with those people, because that is when I felt alive. Maybe realizing the moment while you're in it isn't about force. It's not about freezing time and saying and analyzing and saying, oh, is this the moment? Could this be the moment? It's about softening how you look at it, softening your gaze. It's about being open to the fact that this version of you, flawed, trying and searching for something, is already worthy of attention. Or it's already becoming a story that someday you'll tell with such tenderness and grace, saying that, hey, this person, I remember when I was doing this, and I thought that everything was going to be, all bad, but look how it turned out. You're still walking, you're still talking, you're still breathing on this very day. And I think what happens is so many of us look back at these times and say, I didn't know how good I had it. I didn't know how good I had life. I didn't know how good life was. And yeah, that can happen, maybe we can shift the script just a bit, but I think it starts with saying that even if I didn't know how good it was, I still lived it well. I still showed up with my heart. I still showed up with the purest intentions, and that is sometimes all we can do. And saying that I still paid attention in the quiet because I knew how. Because the quiet meant so much to me. Because the quiet meant that I was there. Because the quiet meant that I was in the moment. Because the quiet meant that I'm living, I'm breathing. Not everything has to be loud. Not everything has to be said on a megaphone. Sometimes life can just be a whisper. And you have to have your ear close to the world, close to the moment, to even hear what it's trying to say to you. If you finished the video throughout, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Yeah. Thank you for watching. The support I've been receiving for the past couple of days have been truly something I am kind of like, wow. I never really expected this something to happen so quick, but it really didn't happen quick. I just truly want to thank God. And leave some comments about which one to talk about, or words of advice. I'm open to receiving anything. I'm open to anything, honestly. If you're coming from TikTok, thank you so much. If this popped up on your recommended, wow, Thank you so much. And those who didn't watch the video, you're not gonna see it, but thank you. I truly want to take the time to appreciate each and every one of you. And like I said, thank you so much. God bless each and every one of you. I love you all. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.